Everyone is talking about a slow housing market, but the April numbers for Dorado Hills tells a completely different story. What if I told you that despite the headlines, our local market here in Dorado Hills is showing incredible strong signs for sellers? Hi, I'm Nancy. With my background as a research scientist and over 9 years specializing in the greater Sacramento real estate market, I bring analytical precision to what's happening right here in Dorado Hills. Today, we're going to dive deep into the April 2026 housing market report. Looking at the median sales price, we're going to be looking at the inventory levels, the number of sales, the days on the market. It'll give you a clear, data-driven understanding of our current housing market. If you're a homeowner in Dorado Hills or Folsom, and if you're curious about how these market changes are affecting your home's value, I'd love to help you understand your specific situation. There's a link in the description below for a free, confidential, no pressure consultation. I get calls and emails and text message every day from people just like you, and I absolutely love it. So let's break down these numbers and let's see what they really mean for the housing market in Dorado Hills. Let's go over some housing market indicators. First of all, there are 4 different indicators: the median sales price, inventory, days on the market, and sold to list price. The median sales price is simply the sales price in the middle. Half of the sales prices are higher and half of them are lower. And the reason why we use that is because if there's an outlier data point, such as a house that sells for a very, very high amount, or vice versa, one that sells for a very low amount, the median sales price or the median value will not be affected by these outlier data points. The inventory is the available houses for sale. If you have a lot of inventory on the market, it leans towards a buyer's market and vice versa for a seller's market. Days on the market is a number of days from the time that a house becomes available on the market until it goes under contract. And then the sold to list price is simply the sold price divided by the list price. So the higher this ratio, it indicates a stronger seller's market. All right, so now let's go over this data for Dorado Hills. This right here shows the median sales price versus time. So you can see that last year in the month of March of 2025, the median sales price was $977,000. And jump here to March of 2026, the median sales price jumped all the way up to $1,050,000. And this is a seasonal market indicator. So you really want to compare the same month year over year. These are the average days on the market. This is what I said is the number of days from the time that the property hits the market to the time that it goes under contract. And you can tell that March of 2025, it was 36 days. March of 2026, 35 days. So very little change. And this is for the remainder of the year. You can tell that in the winter months, it does increase. And then this is the available inventory for Dorado Hills. This shows that the available inventory year over year, March 2025, it was 164 properties for sale. In March of 2026, it was 161. And these are for single family homes. Now this shows the darker green shows the number of properties that were sold. The lighter green are the number that are currently available on the market. The narrower this spread is between the number of units sold to the available inventory on the market, that means it's a very strong seller's market. That means that everything that's available on the market is pretty much selling. The wider these two numbers are, that indicates more of a buyer's market. So that's one thing that you can take into account is it's called the absorption rate. It's the number of sold, which shows the number on the bottom here, divided by the available inventory. Now, this is what I was saying, the absorption rate. It's simply the number of closed sales divided by the number of inventory. And this is what it looks like for El Dorado Hills. And again, these are single family homes. And if we want to take a look at this from a perspective of a table, this is comparing only the months of March. We have the numbers sold, which was 62 in 2025, and it was 59 in 2026. There's minus 5% change. And this is the main headline story, is that look at the median sales price. It jumped up by more than 7% year over year. The sold to list price also improved by about 2%. The average days on the market, pretty much the same, within the margin of error. And these are the number of listings taken for El Dorado Hills. And again, this was from the first one. This shows the available inventory. So what's the big takeaway from April's report? Despite broader economic narratives, El Dorado Hills is experiencing a resilient and favorable market for sellers. The increased median sales price combined with slightly lower inventory and quick sales times create a powerful trifecta. This isn't a market to wait on. If you've been on the fence or if your home previously didn't sell, these numbers offer a strong argument for revisiting your strategy. It means that with the right analytical approach, focusing on precision pricing, strategic marketing, and expert presentation, you're in an excellent position to achieve your selling goals. I often hear people ask, is now a good time to sell in El Dorado Hills? Based on April's data, the answer is a resounding yes, especially if you have a clear, driven data plan. Understanding these numbers is just the first step. My approach goes beyond simply reporting the data. With my background in analytical chemistry, I apply a scientific, process-driven method to every home. This means diagnosing exactly why a home might not have sold before, whether it was pricing, presentation, or marketing. Then we relaunch with a strategy built on these precision market insights, ensuring that your home stands out. This analytical precision is why my clients, often like Diane and Richard, who are navigating significant life transitions, trust me to guide them through what can be an emotionally complicated process. It's about providing clarity, compassion, character, competence, commitment, connection, contribution, and consistency. 8 pillars of trust that I live by. So if you're a homeowner in El Dorado Hills, Folsom, or anywhere in the greater Sacramento region, and these market insights resonate with you, if you're asking yourself, why didn't my house sell? I'm here to help you diagnose, relaunch, and sell. Don't let uncertainty delay your next chapter. Click the link in the description below to schedule a free, confidential, no obligation consultation. We can talk through your specific situation, review your home's market position, and develop a precise strategy for success. And if you found this market update helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more data-driven insights that you'll get in further videos. I'm Nancy, and I'm committing to helping you make informed decisions.